Welcome back to our series where we rank every single one of our chicken breeds that we have here. We have 26 different breeds. So it's a 26-week series. This is week 7. Let's get into it. Before we get into the actual breed, let's talk about the criteria that we use to rank each one of the breeds. So there's 4 different criteria. The first one is going to be eggs. That is going to be amount of eggs, color of eggs, size of eggs, quality of eggs. So that's going to be out of 5. The next one is going to be broodiness, which is how often does the chicken want to sit on eggs and hatch them out, and in this time period, of course, they don't lay eggs because they're too busy sitting on eggs. So broodiness out of 5. The next one is going to be friendliness. So how well does the chicken fit into the flock? How nice are they to their other flock mates? And then also from a human perspective, how friendly are they with us? Are they likely to come up to us, hang out with us, or not? Out of 5 as well. And then the last one is a completely subjective category, but it's one that's fun for me, so I'm going to do it and continue to do it, and that is cuteness. So out of 5, how cute is the chicken? A variety of things can go into that, but you'll see when we get to it. But yeah, so I get to do what I want out of 5 for that one, and so the total score is out of 20 between the 4 different categories, and then we compare them, give them a ranking compared to the ones that we've done already, and then we're going to keep doing them. So without further ado, this week's bird is Mildred, the golden cuckoo Marans. You'll have to excuse all the feathers. It is definitely into fall now. You can see a bunch of leaves on the ground, and with fall weather comes chicken molting. So you can see all of our girls are, or most of our girls have started to molt. The rest of them will go through it as the weather changes even more. But definitely in upstate New York, we're feeling the fall temperatures already, so these girls are dropping feathers like crazy. Now if we can get a better look at Mildred right there, she is the one right here. So she's a golden cuckoo Marans, which means that she is part of the Marans family, which, if you're familiar with chickens, means that you know that they are famous for laying the dark eggs. And if you're not familiar with chickens, then if you're looking for a dark egg layer, you want to look into the Marans breed. There's a lot of different colors. We have Mildred right here, golden cuckoo Marans. We have Connie right there, which is black copper Marans. That's going to be the most common one that you'll find at like local feed stores and hatcheries as well. And then we also have Wilma, the Wheaton Marans, running around here somewhere. So those are the 3 types that we have. There's a bunch of different other varieties though. There's like a blue copper Maran, there's the blue birchen Marans, there's like different hybrids, like you might see midnight majesties and stuff like that. But Mildred here is a golden cuckoo Marans. And essentially what that means is there are cuckoo Marans, which are kind of look like, if you're familiar with a barred rock, that pattern. So it's like a black and white pattern. You can see the barring in Mildred here. She's a golden cuckoo Marans, which is what means that she has that golden color. You can see up at her head that kind of works her way down to the body. So she has the barring of a cuckoo Maran plus that golden color, hence golden cuckoo Marans, which basically means she's a golden barred chicken that lays dark eggs. As typical with Marans, she has feathered feet, you can see there, and she is a dual purpose breed, meaning that good for meat or eggs, so she's a very good size. She is probably, I don't know, probably, I'd guess like 75th percentile of size in our flock. Like, not the hugest, biggest ones that we have, but not the smallest either. Definitely above mid-size. I'd probably say she's probably, I don't know, 7-ish pounds. So definitely good size there. Typical with the Marans and the dual purpose body. And yeah, so defining characteristics are going to be that dark egg and feathered feet, basically, from the Marans. They don't have any muffs or beards or anything like that. Normal chicken face that you're used to seeing. You can easily see her combs and her wattles and stuff like that. But that is a little bit about the golden cuckoo Marans. And a little bit of backstory of fun fact for you guys of why her name is Mildred. It's because when we were looking at first getting chickens, she was one of the first ones that we got in that first batch. But me personally, I had to fight to get her. I was obsessed once I saw the website photo of the golden cuckoo Marans, because I really liked the way she looked, that barred pattern, and especially with the gold mixed in. I thought it was very unique and awesome. And also, I personally like really dark egg layers, so I, in my first flock, definitely wanted to have some, which is why I fell in love with her breed. However, Mrs. Pyrfect Family does not like barred chickens. However, I did enough convincing that I was able to get her on the order, because she's not like your typical barred. Like I said, it's not that black and white kind of zebra look that you can see from like a barred rock. So it's a little more muddled, and she has that golden, so it's unique. So I was able to get her on that aspect of like, hey, it's kind of unique, it's pretty, and of course I also just didn't want to let her go and not get one. So here she is. But anyway, since Mrs. Pyrfect Family was dreading getting her, and I had to convince her, she decided that her name was going to be Mildred because she was dreading getting her. So that's a little fun fact for you. That and our first batch of girls, they all have names that start with a letter that's in their breed. So since she's a golden cuckoo Marans, starts with M, Mildred, M, Marans. You see the connection. Anyway, that's her name. Let's get into the rankings. So, like I said, typical with the Marans breed, she does lay a dark egg. A lot of times she has speckles on them, which is a nice added bonus. She lays the largest normal shaped egg in our flock. That may sound confusing, but I'll show you. Because Edith lays a really big circle, just a round egg, which is really big. However, Mildred lays a really big egg-shaped egg. It's super nice. It's my favorite one to crack. One, because it's big, so it's nice to eat. But two, it always cracks perfect down the middle and separates really nicely. It's a dark color, which, like I said earlier, I'm a fan of. So that's great. It's speckled, like I said, big, cracks good. She lays a good amount of them. She's been one of our most consistent layers over time. She's like 2.5 years old now, and never really has had a huge break, even when the weather changes. She's had some small breaks here and there, but other than that, she's really consistent for probably like 4 to 5 eggs a week. Yeah, so one of our better layers there, and no complaints. So overall, egg color, I personally like. Egg size, really good. It's a really big egg. Consistency of laying, super good there too. So I probably give her a 5 for eggs. I mean, can't really ask for much more. Yeah, all around. So give her a 5 out of 5 there. And then broodiness. In her 2.5 years, she has never been broody. So I'm gonna have to give her the default score of a 1 here, unfortunately. So 1 out of 5 for broodiness. And then friendliness, she is really calm. With the other girls, I've never seen her picking on anybody or anybody picking on her. So she's just like a quiet confidence as she walks away from me, and I have to keep moving. But it's a quiet confidence that nobody really questions her spot in the pecking order. She's probably, if I had to guess, you know, not top, but near the top. So she's not like fighting for the #1 spot, and there's no other like lower down girls challenging her. So she never really has to stand up for herself because nobody really challenges her. So I think she gets along great. She's got like I said, a calm, quiet, confident personality. So no issues there as far as the flock goes of her getting along with everybody. I mean, she just told Shirley off there, but I haven't seen her peck anybody, I should say, or like be overly aggressive. So no issues fitting in the flock at all. And then when it comes to people, she's been curious when she was little and hang out with us, and she'll let us get close. And I mean, if we have treats, she'll come up to us, or if I'm just hanging out here, she's just kind of circling. She's not a chicken that'll like constantly be under your feet, but she's not a chicken that the second you look at her, she runs away, or even try to get near her, she runs away. She's easy to catch, easy to pick up, and hang out with. She's always like in the general vicinity of people. So overall, between fitting with the flock and hanging out with people, I'm gonna give her probably like a 4.5 out of 5 for friendliness. Like, could be a little bit more friendly for people, but all in all, super friendly. So that's friendliness. And then the last one is gonna be cuteness. And now this one, I'll warn, is very subjective, because like I said, I mean, the cuckoo pattern, I know in my own household is like very controversial, of like black and white, of you either really like it or you don't like it. I haven't really met people that are like in the middle and indifferent about it. I've met a lot of people that really love their barred rocks, or people that I never want a barred rock. So that pattern can be divisive, or yeah, divisive? No, that's not the right word. Anyway, you either really like it or you don't like it. And then I know that from my own household, and for me, I really, really like it. I think she is beautiful. I really like feathered feet. That's fun. I like that she has a gradient where it's like very bright, and then it works on her body, and like halfway you can see some of the gold still in there, but towards the back it gets to be, she's not even like, it is black and white, but it's like a faded black and white. It's almost like a brown and white. There's not like, she doesn't really ever have like a true dark black. You can kind of see versus Connie, like it's definitely not black. So, but it's cool that from her head to her tail, there's a different gradient all the way through with that cuckoo barred pattern. So it gives it like those lines to kind of break it up. And I think I really like the way she looks. And she's been super nice to me. Like I said, I have a soft spot for her because I had to fight for her to get her on the order. So ever since we've got her, that she's kind of been like my chicken. The other ones kind of have to fight custody over like whose is it actually, but she's been my chicken, so I really like her. I think she's cute. I think she's great. So out of a completely biased opinion, I will give her a 5 out of 5 without a doubt. I really like her. And that's just being completely honest. So overall, her score is this out of 20, which in our rankings of our girls is gonna put her right here compared to the other ones. And like I said, I can be biased, but I'm not super biased. Try not to be, at least, but this one a little bit. So that's gonna put her there for our rankings of all the girls, and then we're gonna keep doing this. So this is week 7. We have 19 more to go. So stick around, keep watching, come back for any of these girls that you're interested in. I'll pan real quick, but we got a bunch more to go over, different breeds. So if you have a favorite breed, we might have it, and we'll review it. So stick around and see where it ranks. And until next time, from Mildred herself, stay Pyrfect.